Hey, what's up guys, TechTime here, and this is supposedly the 2026 Moto G Power. Well, okay, let me clear that up. First of all, this is actually the 2025 model, but how would you know? So here's the situation. Motorola did announce, and the 2026 Moto G Power will be released to the public on January 7th. Now, here's my situation. Here's my issues that I have with the 2026 Moto G Power. Not a lot has changed. And if I sort of showed you this phone from the beginning and I told you that this is the 2026 model, then you look at me and be like, well, it's basically the same phone. And for the most part, you're correct. Now, it uses the same processor, the same amount of RAM, the same GPU capability, pretty much the same design other than new Pantone finishes instead of this sort of more textured material. We'll see how that will pan out once the phone is actually in my hand and in-house. Now, the other thing that I want to discuss is the display. So the display did receive slight improvements, so it's a bit brighter than the previous generation. And the other big improvements that they've added is an additional battery life. Now, here is the situation with the battery. So instead of a 5000 milliamp hour battery, you get a 5200 milliamp hour battery, but there's a caveat, and it's actually a big one. So you still have the 30 watt wired charging, but I've read all over the website, I have seen no sign of wireless charging. So I'm assuming that in order for them to reach this battery capacity, they had to get away from wireless charging on this device, which surprisingly is a disappointing outcome. I know some people may not use wireless charging, but it's definitely a nice addition to have, and it was a key highlight in my actual review of the 2025 Moto G Power. I mean, having the ability to get 15 watts of wireless charging is something that you don't see in a $299 phone. So again, that's a bit disappointing. Now, the camera capability is pretty much also the same as the previous generation, so they really did not change anything in that regards, which raises a couple of questions in my opinion. The first is it even worth getting the 2026 model if you have the 2025 model, especially if you're receiving basically the same chipset, the same charging speed, the same power, the same display, slightly brighter, but not that big of a deal. Oh, and the speakers did receive slight improvements, so they did up the speakers a little bit. But is that worth the upgrade? I don't know. So far, it seems like a quiet start for Motorola's year. So the 2026 Moto G that video will be coming out really soon. But again, not much has changed in that phone too. So I don't know if they're saving all their funding to the 2026 Moto G stylus and the Edge and their Razr, or they just want to have a chill year and restart in 2027. Who knows? But as of right now, this is all you need to know about the 2026 Moto G Power. It's shaping up to be a not too hyped up of an upgrade, which is disappointing. So with that being said, I do want to thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you all. I am working on a whole new setup. So I'm working on a whole new studio and a whole new setup. Hopefully you guys will like it. And if you do, make sure you leave a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. All right. Thank you all so much for watching.